Hey, hey, hey.
What up?
Hold on, let me just make sure. Say that one more time.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Snap. What up?
All right, good. So we're on. We're
We
live.
are on.
We got 3 people on, which is just you, me, and Shihan.
Yeah. It's that time. It's that time.
So guys, welcome to another Talk Real, Get Real. And
we're bringing it big. It's the new year, man. We're bringing it big.
We are now in 2020.
2020.
Yeah. So really important, guys. Who's ever out there listening right now, definitely share to your pages. Definitely post to your pages. We need to really start to make this a really big year. We've got 3,300 people on our subscription on YouTube.
On YouTube, sweet.
So 3,300.
Sweet.
So, I think that's a really good start for the year, and I'd like to get like $6,000 or $10,000. I'd like to get 6,000 or 10,000 subscribers. But that's just the Jew in me, man.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
I got my shots today, so I might be a little wonky today. So I apologize.
You're a little off today.
Yeah, my wife is on. Hello,
hey, Simon, how are you?
Hello.
Yeah.
My wonderful, wonderful wifey. Hope everything is well, and hope the kids are good. She's at home with all the kids right now, and so we're gonna have a good night. Yeah. So let's
get it started.
Let's get it started with a talk. Get real. We're gonna be talking about motivation.
I'm motivated. I'm motivated.
He's motivated. How we can get motivated. How we can motivate the students. How the students can motivate us in return. And we have a special guest. So hang real for another talk real. Get real. Whoop whoop.
Wrong one.
And here we are.
Them shots jacked you up.
Yeah, dude, the shots really messed me up. I have to say it.
Oh, my goodness.
So we even have Christmas balls hanging up.
Hey!
So, yeah. So
remnants of...
So I'm gonna get rid of those Christmas balls because we don't need no more balls swinging.
No more swinging.
I'm done with the swinging balls. So welcome everybody, welcome. We got lots of people on here. Alex is on here. Hello, Alex. Hope everything is well.
She's in Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Hey.
Jerry's on here. My wife Rachel, Mauricio. We got lots and lots of people. Even Shihan Andrews on here.
And Zong is on as well.
Oh.
How are you, Zong?
So, guys, before we start, we got to go through some...
We got to start. We got to pay the bills.
All we got is Tiger Life.
Tiger Life.
Drink the goddamn drink. It's really good.
Yeah.
Drink Tiger Life. And really quick, let's see. We got to get rid of that. There we go. And then we're going to fade that on real quick.
Full of broadcast.
They do MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, regular boxing, wrestling, and BJJ. If you guys are interested in anything, any upcoming fights.
Any events you want to know about.
Yeah, or if you want to post something to their page, you can contact Mr. Fuller himself, and he'll put it up there. He's very, very eager to share a lot of stuff that's going on. So definitely check him out. We put up Sanda fighting, so I'm not sure if he's getting involved with the Sanda fighting, but definitely, I think it would be a definite good move in his direction because the Sanda fighting is really starting to pick up this year. This year it's only a couple days this year, but last year it really started to pick up. I don't know if you're aware, but if you actually go on Facebook and go on Instagram, you see a lot of Sanda. A lot of Sanda tournaments that are starting to come up now.
I told you, man. I told you we should have jumped on that.
Mark Lee is actually what he had last year.
That was a good Sanda.
And then he had Ultimate Sanda. So, if anybody's...
What is Ultimate Sanda, you may ask?
Yeah, well, that's able to do ground fighting as well.
Little ground fight. Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of ground fighting.
Little bit of ground fighting.
It really adds to it.
Yes.
It really adds to the whole
So
thing.
you're able to do your Schweijau. You're able to do your locks.
Yep.
A lot of the techniques and stuff like that. People say they're too deadly.
Yeah. I got some stuff with that too.
Yeah.
So too deadly of an art to get out there. So it's a little ridiculous. But in any event, let's see what we got here, guys. Just so you got. Ooh, look at that. Just so I know I did good, right?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know. Definitely push the thumbs up button and subscribe. Definitely click the bell so that you get notifications.
Oh, look, Shifu Rule jumped on.
Yeah, Sifu, how are you?
How are you, sir?
And definitely, click on the thumbs up, click on the bell, and definitely subscribe, guys. It's really important. It helps us out a lot.
We will greatly appreciate it.
We'll greatly appreciate everything you guys will do for us. So please, thank you so much. So let's see what I got here, man. I got all crazy. Just take that off.
Nice.
And then we're back. And there we go with the firecrackers.
So the firecrackers are for what?
The firecrackers are for the Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year.
So, hello, Shifu. And Shifu is so generous. I'm actually, next week, I'm going to be going for lunch. And I'm going to be visiting him for lunch, Shifu Raul. And we're going to go get some lunch.
I'm very, very jealous.
Yeah, well.
Very jealous.
Don't worry.
I might be like,
yeah.
I can't go into work that day.
I'm feeling a little sick.
I feel a little sick.
Feeling a little sick. So, so that's going to be good, too. So, thank you so much, Shifu, for everything, and I appreciate it.
Yes. I have to say, Shifu Raul, Zongshire, stuff like that, they are not only pioneers in martial arts, but they're also pioneers in... He's like calling sick. Oh my! Hopefully my boss ain't watching because watches the show.
Oh.
But that's all right.
And it's gonna be all me.
I never call it sick. So, what I was saying is,
you look a little pale.
I look a little pale.
Yeah,
I do. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling foggy.
I think by Monday you should really be really sick.
I'll be really sick.
Full blown sick.
But what I was saying, Zongshire, George Creighton, and Shifu Raul Ortiz, these guys are pioneers martial arts. They were doing it back in the day, getting Kung Fu's name out there in the circuits and getting it viable and things like that when most other instructors and stuff that should have been competing weren't competing.
We're hiding
and weren't competing.
We're hiding.
But what they're doing now is they're innovating and bringing us young Thundercats. Young, we say young, but
well, it's great.
Us and showing us the way and helping us and supporting us to keep it moving because they already passed it on to the next generation, but they ain't done.
No, well, they're
not done.
Well, this is the big thing. The big thing for me is that not only are they're pushing and they're sharing and everything else, but they're reaching down and they're grabbing the younger instructors and pulling them up. They're helping them up. They're helping them to stake their claim in the martial arts to prepare the next generation of instructors.
Right. You know, telling us smarter ways to teach, better ways to run the business, better ways and smarter ways to do your training. You know what I mean? Because we're not as spry as we used to be. But the whole thing is innovation, train smarter, and harder.
Train smarter and
train
harder.
Smarter and harder. Don't just train hard. Train smart. Train smarter and harder. You know what I mean?
So I do have a couple of things here before we start getting into the other stuff as well. I just I don't know where everything is. This is what happens.
This is what happens when you get them shots, man.
When you have the shots, and I'm brain.
There it is.
I'm brain damaged. Right here.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it.
We have this new thing that's going on, guys. So
new promo.
Free training for all the family members for the whole month of January for this month of 2020. Yeah. So all the active students that are training right now, all of their family members can come and train for free. Adults, kids, siblings, anybody that's in that family.
Dog, whoever.
Dog, cat, whatever. Just as long as they're potty trained, they can come in and train. But yeah, we're having that happen. We already had a couple of family members come in and they're starting. So guys, again, free training for all family members of active students for the whole month of January. Don't come down here and be like, oh yeah, I got a bunch of family members. I want them to come train for free, and that shit ain't happening. Yeah. Because in the realistic understanding, I'm losing cheddar. I'm losing all that money.
He's losing that juju's.
I'm losing the juju's. I can't lose my juju's, everybody. So, come on down. Take advantage of my brain freeze that I'm letting you guys train for
free. Take
free.
advantage of the generosity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really to kickstart the new year. It's really to kickstart, taking your own self-worth and your own safety in your own hands, and not leave it in the hands of other people, because it's getting crazy out here right now. Around this habitat we got going on.
Habitatal. Habitatal.
So look, he got.
Yeah, you're not on yet, but I see the little.
You see the cue cards.
The cue card, the certificate cue card.
Oh my Lord, that's hilarious.
God help me.
That's hilarious.
Hold on. I'm going on in a minute here. So let's get our guest on, because he's already got cue cards.
That is hilarious.
He's got cue cards. God help me. There he is.
There he is.
Let's blow that up. Just how to run a McDojo. That's so funny. Oh my God.
He's on, man. He's on.
Hold on. He ain't on yet. Hold on. I'll tell you when. You're on right now. So hold on. Here we go. Hey! So how to run a McDojo.
Wow.
Did I catch you at a bad time?
Sorry about that.
Oh, man. Oh, Shihan, it's so good to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in a little while. How are you? How you doing?
You guys, I'm doing okay. Happy to get out of the holiday season, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
It is. I felt like, it's been like 2 weeks. I felt like I hadn't trained in like 6 months.
I actually took it easy for the first time in like years. I actually took like a week and a half off and did pretty much nothing except hang out at home.
Wow.
And it made you feel worse or better? Let me ask you that.
Well, mine was a good benefit. I got to spend time with the wife who's been in the Army, so.
Yes.
Ah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. And we relaxed, but we had a good quality time, so I actually felt much better coming back into work and hitting it hardcore this year.
I'm just fixing the. Don't mind me. I'm just fixing the firecrackers above your head.
Oh yeah.
I put the Chinese New Year firecrackers. It looks actually pretty cool. So.
They do look cool.
Oh, are you watching it right now?
I am.
You are. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I gotta say, your video is very clear.
Yes.
I think the last couple of times it wasn't as clear, but it's very clear now.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool.
And
I washed up.
and I have to say hello because Senpai's on. Hello, Senpai. And we said we're happy that you're out there doing well, and be safe out there, and do your thing.
Yes, absolutely. Very proud of everybody. Very proud of you. Very proud of all of our soldiers out there doing their thing. So thank you very much. All right, so Shihan, let's get down to business.
Shoot.
Yeah, man, let's get down to you got your
business to talk about.
You got your McDojo book open, Handbook Open 101. All right, so for me, as an instructor, Shifu as an instructor, we always tend to motivate the students. We're always pushing and pushing and pushing. And sometimes we don't get that motivation back. And I don't think the students realize how important it is for the students to not only get motivated, but to learn how to be motivated so that they can build up and they can share that motivation with the instructor to keep the instructor going, right? It's like we're batteries, and a lot of the students keep draining and draining and draining and draining that battery, and then they're like, oh, well, why isn't Shihan, getting on the floor and working out, or why isn't Shifu getting on the floor and working out? Because you goddamn drained the shit out of him. He doesn't want to do anything anymore, right? So how do we step through that? How do we get the students to learn or to understand that reciprocation of motivation? And go. You go.
Oh, me?
You go. There's the arrows. You go.
That was a question for you.
That's a question for you.
I'll chime in afterwards.
It's interesting because my kids know that when we have small classes, very small classes, I am already demotivated. And they know it. I put it out there, and I was like, listen, we're going to try to make the best that we can. So let's do this. Let's get this done. Let's do this. And then we finish up on a good note. But they know even when they leave a smaller class that it could have been better. So they always try to bring a friend down or encourage their friends to show up for class. And then when we do have the bigger class, my energy literally is out the roof, and they know it's a good sign.
So they know if they have more people in the school, if they're pushing more to get more people in, you're going to be more motivated.
And that's part of it. And then just showing up, like the same. So you can't step in the same river twice or the same lake twice.
Yep.
So I said, good that you're here. We will learn something. We'll do something. I said, but let's try and get this energy up somehow, so we can pretend that there's a lot of people in here, and they'll start stepping up as far as being louder or doing their stances lower, and then they'll see that that's starting to motivate me. So it's almost like an avalanche. It starts off really low because they know I'm not thrilled it's a small class,
right.
And then I allow their energy, their effort to boost it up and finish off on a great note.
All right, so tell me, what are a couple of things, because I know for holidays, for me, when we have holidays in the school and the kids are gone for a week, when they come back, they're so overly stimulated with video games and candy and everything else. They get on the floor and they're failing to be as motivated or forget on how everything rolls. So
right.
You had a lot of cool ideas. So I want you to kind of verbalize a little bit some of the ideas that you had with everybody else out there, if you don't mind, because I thought they were really good ideas, and it kind of, it kind of puts things into perspective and kind of helps them out. So, and go.
Absolutely. So usually we don't close for the entire week. And my wife's been busting my chops for years. We should take the week. We should take the week. Even my black belts. You guys deserve to take the week. You guys deserve time off. But the way I feel is if people are not in the dojo, they might forget about us. They might get caught up in their games and their friends, or just staying home, which is good for the parents for a little while, but sooner or later they'll get on their case, and they're like, we need you to get out of the house. So usually we'll open up like a Friday night, Saturday, just to have a fun day and keep everybody tied together through the holidays. This year, since I didn't do that, and it was part of my plan, that I designed this Spirit Week, which we've done sometimes in the summer or winter vacation, that the kids have these other theme ideas. Psychologically, they think that there's difference. And we play a couple of more extra games, but they're still doing their training and still tie the games into what they need to know. Like today we did a Tag Mania, and we did like 5 different types of tag. And basically they were learning Taisabaki, agility, and evasion skills. And they're having a blast. They're having an amazing time. But at the same time, I showed them how it works with self-defense. That if the attacker's grabbing you, pretend it's a tag. You want to be near him. Get away from him. Get away from him. Keep your hands up and do this. And they're like, oh my God, the light bulb went on. Like, wait a minute, we can have fun and still learn? I'm like, you guys are having fun all the time and still learning.
Yeah.
But it's just perception.
So you're not just having them just run around aimlessly. So there's some goals behind. There's goals behind. Well, I'm playing devil's advocate. I know that you don't do that.
So you're doing the Mr. Miyagi thing. You're not Miyagi them.
Yeah, because there's people out there that do this.
Oh, you know what? They should make a book called How to Run a McDojo for Dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the dummy section.
And they're silly enough to actually put a video up or two, and I've seen it where people have saying all right, this is our sparring class, and I'm looking at this video and I can't believe they put it on there, because that they have their kids, let's say they're 7 years old, in full gear, headgear, chest guards, arm guards, hand pads, shin pads, thigh pads, foot pads, and they're just hitting each other with their hands down. There's no coaching, there's no teaching, there's no skill. And I'm like, how dare you call that even sparring? That's not sparring.
Yeah.
That's called unattended babysitting.
Yeah, and it's safe because they're all padded up so they can run into walls and not get hurt. So
exactly.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And I like I said, I think I had talked to you about it, Shihan, before, but and I talked to Shifu, but one of the students down south was perusing through the internet, and this one guy on a site, he tested 49 black belts.
I remember you telling me that.
49 black belts in an hour. 49 black belts in an hour. So it's like a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half per student, or a minute and 5 seconds, or a minute and 10 seconds per student that you're giving attention to get to their the black belt level.
Wait, I teach little kids. A lot of people don't teach little kids. I teach little kids from like 3 years old to 5 years old, and their test is 45 minutes.
I know, dude. I know. 49 black belts in an hour.
I mean, I don't know.
Dude, the hairs on the back of my neck stand. Because you know what? It demeans. It's so demeaning. It just kills our whole community. It kills the population of the martial artists themselves. It kills the instructors. And just why? So this guy can have a couple extra bucks in his pocket? You know what I mean?
I'm curious to see what he charged those 49 people.
Oh, dude, he made bank. He made bank. If you could stand in a line and test with 49 people and get a black belt and feel good about that, then you deserve to lose the money that's in your pocket.
Exactly.
Without a doubt. Because if you can't figure it out at that point, then there's definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. Big
Goodness. So, going into this new year, not only the new year, but a new decade. Right?
That's true.
New decade. Now.
Yeah, got a whole new mindset.
A whole new mindset. Now, with, people still have this misconception about martial arts that martial arts is a hobby. Martial arts is something that I just doing it on the side. Martial arts is just something I do like a weekend warrior kind of thing. You know what I mean? So in this new decade, what's the new marketing that we want to do to get people to know that this is something that's not required, but this is something that should be taken seriously. This is something that should be done, not just haphazardly, but something that you need to get into. Like people do that New Year's resolution and they want to get in shape and they want to lose weight and they want to do this and they want to stop smoking and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So what's your idea for that marketing to get people to understand that now the new year, new decade, now we need to start taking our self-protection seriously.
Wow. That was good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I wasn't even paying attention, and that was a good one.
And go.
Well, I'm sure you guys are very similar because you guys love what you do. You love your students, and you're always listening and always paying attention. So I think this year I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive on following up on the conversations I hear in the lobby, the conversations I hear between families and friends about martial arts, and try and draw them to actually step on the floor, and not just put it as a passing comment anymore, but kind of follow up and pay more attention, because you watch the news at any given point in time, and everybody is full of crap. You get into an argument with anybody anywhere, and they're full of crap. Everybody's full of hot air and a lot to say, but nothing to back it up. No information, no truth, no nothing. And for themselves, it's sad, because I go to the gym, and I see the same people in the gym with the same physique, which is round, and they're not lifting anything or doing anything.
Uh-huh.
And it drives me crazy. I'm like, well, what if you had somebody that just stepped up and said, listen, man, you can cut half your work down and get twice as much results, or even 3 times as much results. Just don't do what you're doing now. Try something like martial arts. You're going to get strong. You're going to lose weight. You're going to build self-esteem. You're going to build a new friendship that you didn't have before. And right now you're just a stinky, sweaty mess at the gym.
A stinky, sweaty mess. A stinky, sweaty, round mess. They lift the weight, walk around. But then you get the other guys. You get the other people in there that are very motivated, that are working very hard, and they're pushing themselves. But in today's society, the majority of the people out there are overweight. They think martial arts is just for kids. And they're not seeing the big picture. 100%.
We've got a couple people in my adult class now, and you guys again, you probably see waves and phases. At one point, you go into the school and you see maybe 8, 9 black belts, 5 brown belts, a green belt, and a white belt. Right now, if you go in there, you probably see 3 black belts, a brown belt, and 5 yellow belts and a white belt. There's newer people trying it out now, and they're loving it. I'm trying to find a way to use their love and their energy right now to sway other people to feel that or dive into that same kind of pool because they're showing success because they didn't give up.
Yeah, I know. People quit because it's too difficult. Because it actually takes mind power to actually do to do a martial art. It's like nowadays people want to be gratified. Want that instant gratification so quickly that if it takes too long, then they don't want to do it anymore. And the parents and even some adults are like, well, if it takes too long, I want to move on to something else. It's taking too long for me. And the problem is that hobby mentality.
Exactly. And parents are the ones that kill the potential dream.
Yes, they do. It's the parents.
Yes.
Because the kid decides, I'd rather go stay home and do Fortnite.
Well, it's not only that. It's our style and your style, Shihan. The basics are the basics. But when you start getting into the intricacies of the joint locks and the taisavaki and the movement and the footwork and stuff like that, it's basic, but to them, it's not basic. So that kind of
right.
so wait.
So that means you got to do a little work to get something.
Yes. So that thing is not just that it's hard; it's mentally confusing, right? So for them, it's just like, oh, this, I can't get it in like 2 or 3 times. I don't want to do it. And then what happens is they complain to the parents, and complain to the parents. The parents have to drag in there. What happens to the parents? They get sick of dragging in there, and the parents like, oh well, Johnny don't want to come anymore. He might want to try soccer. Right? Instead of saying like no, you'll get it. It was the same thing when you're learning fractions and algebra and stuff like that. You didn't come home and said, I can't understand these fractions. I don't want to go back and learn my algebra.
It's okay. You don't have to go back to school.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't happen like that.
So.
You don't have to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Don't brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's all right. They'll eventually fall out and you'll be fine.
I think it's that dynamic that's going on because martial arts is necessity, but it's not readily understandable unless you put some work to it. It's confusing, and for especially for kids, mentally they don't want to work that hard, and then the parents will be like, all right, well, I'm not going to push Johnny. I'm not gonna push
until he gets stuffed in a locker, and then all of a sudden, then they go back to you and go, "Hey, I thought you were teaching him martial arts." Yeah, well, if you bring him down once a week, he ain't gonna learn anything.
Yeah,
try bringing him down a little bit more than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, what about it? Then the parents are going to yell at the janitors, they're going to yell at the principals, they're going to yell at the teachers, they're going to yell at everybody but themselves.
Yep. I had a couple of kids leave in the last couple of months, which kind of sucks. But we gained a couple more. It's like, it's that the whole leaky bucket theory, and we don't do contracts here. I don't believe in the contract thing, so we don't do contracts.
We don't do them either.
Yeah, and you know what? We've been really good. We've been really successful with that, and I'm happy with it. But we lost a couple last month, and we gained a couple. But the reason why we lost a couple was because, the parents needed to take them out because, they're overwhelmed, or they're this, or they're that, or they got too many things going on.
Well, the kid actually said he was bored. The kid actually said he was bored. Right?
And
they used the
B word.
Yeah, they used the B word with me.
Used the B word, and that was like kryptonite to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he used that all, and the parent actually came in and was like, well, he's thinking of quitting because he's bored. You know what I mean? Instead of using that, I was like, what do you mean you're bored? Is it, instead of having a conversation, it's like, he says he's bored.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Do you think, does he look bored to you? Is he not picking it up? Instead of that, the parent immediately is like, well, he wants to quit. And never pursued any information, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to me, if I'm paying all
I'm
that,
looking at his face.
and he probably
his head going, "Yup, I know the whole deal, dude."
And to me, if I'm a parent and I'm paying that kind of money, and you come to me after like 4 months and tell me you're bored, I'm definitely going down to the teacher and saying, "My son said he's bored.
I want to sit and watch.
I want to sit and watch the class and see what's actually going on."
And watch. And I'm not giving any names, so I'm just gonna say Little Johnny.
Yeah.
Little Johnny, had a hard time. Little Johnny had a hard time doing what he had to do, and you're going to tell me you're bored? You're not good enough to be bored. You're still pissing on the toilet seat. I'm telling you, you're bored.
Yeah.
Bored. The B word does not work with me at all. At all.
And I'm pretty sure you have those trials and tribulations with the children as well, and the parents get in your nerves and things like that. And what's your take on how you deal with that? Because I know how my man deals with it. I want to.
That's how I deal with it.
I want a different perspective of how to deal with that.
Well, try not to get totally real. Oh yeah, try not to get totally real. You guys remember the band Suicidal Tendencies?
No.
No. All right. Well, it was like a metal band, I guess, in the '80s, and it was very controversial.
I heard.
And they had a song.
But I never.
Yeah, they had a song, and the lyrics in it said, "You said." The lyrics go, "You said life sucks. Maybe you suck. Life is what it make you make it," and it's in the song. So I usually sometimes quote that in a teen class and adult class. Mm-hmm. But the reality is this: what we do is almost never ever boring. I'm not saying that I don't get bored here and there, but then you got to look into yourself and find the deeper level of that technique. I mean, I can't tell you how many punches I've thrown since I'm 4. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And then teaching it. If you're teaching it, then you're demonstrating it to every class all over again. So if anybody's going to board, we should be the one to say we're bored, pay more money, bring more people down.
That's funny, dude. So you got some jujus too.
Yes.
Yeah, and then and I'll be honest with you. I mean, especially when it gets to, let's say, junior black belts, and I used to never believe in junior black belts, ever, ever, ever. And I told my earlier class, prove me wrong, make me develop a junior black belt program, and they did. They pushed forward. They got a junior black belt because of their age, not so much of some of the more aggressive, violent techniques I do teach them. But we developed a whole junior black belt curriculum just for them, so they wouldn't be bored, and that they'd have still to learn more stuff. So when I get somebody in here with their parent, they were talking about bored. I'm like, listen, it's not possible to be bored. So let's find out what's really going on. And out of the 10, maybe the three people would actually stop training and going on, but the 7 would come in here, continue training, and every single one would say at their test or beyond their test when they got their real black belt is like, I'm so glad you didn't let me quit. I'm so glad we had that meeting. I'm so glad. And I saw one of the junior black belts in there, and he's very talented, but he lives in his brother's shadow. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to quit many, many times. And he is talented. He's goofy. He's really goofy, but he's talented. And I said, listen, I brought him over to the side. I go, listen, I think you can be better than your brother. I wholeheartedly believe that. So if you give up, you'll never know. You stay training and you sharpen your techniques, I will guarantee you'll be better than your brother. You'll never be older than him because he's older than you, but you can be better than him. Mm-hmm. And he stayed and he's excelling.
So basically what you did is you Tony Robbins did it. You did the Tony Robbins thing. I like that.
Yes.
So you had like a parent-teacher conference with the parents, got to the bottom of the issue. And, like you said, you can't save everybody, but you saved a majority.
You saved the people that you can.
You saved the people that were worth saving.
Yeah.
And you guys, I think, said it either earlier. I mean, if you got a student that's just sucking the energy out of class, or they're sucking the energy out of your school, and that's a perfect time to say, you know what, let's find the truth of it, the matter. I said, but maybe you do need a break. Maybe you need to find out that, soccer is for you. And I said, just be careful of coaches, because you never know what kind of coach you're going to get. And it's my way of getting the people that really drain the school kind of to slide away.
Yeah.
And then I'll use that particular situation. I try not to bash anybody, but I'll mention it to the other kids that are left. I go, all right, so-and-so part of our team has decided to move on and do this. And I said, now it's up to you. I mean, you guys can now shine and outshine this person and make the dojo better, or you can, use that same energy and never find what you're really looking for.
Yep.
And 99% of the time, those guys explode.
Yep. Yeah, well, we have a lot of the times when I have my Black Sash class once a month, and I line all these guys up, and, I look at them and I say to myself, each one of these students only had 2 training brothers next to them, or 1 training brother next to them, that they stuck it out with from the beginning all the way to the black sash level, right? So we know that the black sash level is just the beginning anyway. But I'm looking at so many different generations of black sashes because we don't have a span of 10 black sashes that made it at the same time because there's such a filtration with what we do, right? There's such a demand of the system of what we have that it gets very difficult. I'm sure you go through the same thing too because it's just society is becoming weaker, but that doesn't mean that we need to water down our system to destroy it to kind of keep with today's society because I don't believe in that. I'd rather close my doors than to do that. So
Absolutely.
I look at these people and I say I'm so proud of them because they've come such a long way, you know. Sifu's been with me for 24 years now. So he's come such a long way, you know, and
Yeah, I was really goofy.
and you weren't really goofy. You had like your duck feet.
I had duck feet,
You had
man.
duck feet, but that was all fixed a long time ago. But it's amazing to see the transformation, right, of what things do. Like my Sifu, Sifu Moses, he called me up out of the blue 2 weeks ago, wished me a happy new year, you know, and for the, you know, he's not very, he is warm and fuzzy when he talks to people, but for me, he actually opened up for me and just said how proud he was of me and, you know, how far I took the system and how, I'm carrying the system on the way he wants it to be carried on. And he was really, really proud of me. And out of all my training brothers, all of them, how many took it to the level that I did? And there's one. And there's, you know, and it's just crazy to see how, you know, you always get like one or two generations, like one or two people from each generation that wants to carry it on. And how many people do we go through? So Shihan, how many people did you teach? Thousands and thousands and thousands of people. We sift the sand. And out of sifting that sand,
Looking for that gold.
looking for that little gold nugget. How many gold nuggets do we find? You know? So that's all I want to say.
And, you know, and with that, I mean, think about that guy with the 49 people that promoted. Next year, guaranteed none of them are training.
Yeah, guaranteed. You're absolutely right. But he got his money. That's what he wanted.
He got his money, and they've got duped because there's no quality, there's no substance. They learned a facade. They could have got that same certificate in a Cracker Jack box.
Well, you could have wrote them a certificate. You're really good with that marker.
You got
It's in my book.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It tells you how to write?
Yeah, it tells you how to write certificates.
That's awesome.
And the other thing is this, I said, you know, and I've got people training with me 20, 24-ish years, I think, here. And then some of the students actually trained with me before I opened my school. So they're actually a little bit longer. But the thing is that they know, and I can see it, that sometimes, even after the 20-year mark, they get so much. They have so much heart and soul. But sometimes you miss something. Everybody misses a little bit of something.
Always.
And I'm kind of disappointed in a couple of the senior instructors because sometimes they're like a computer. Instead of that piece that's missing, their ego goes into that little space right there. So that ego won't allow them to complete the entire orb or mission. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Friday nights are really important at our school. There's two things.
That fixes that sometimes.
Friday nights and this.
Nice.
So, you know, one or the other. It works.
Love it.
So, Shihan, question. So, you know, with all, you know, because martial art industry is a lucrative industry, but it's a tough industry. It's not an easy industry. You know what I mean? To run and make a living and things like that. So, I'm going to pose a question to each of us, right? Because all the trials and tribulations. So, for you, Shihan, what keeps your doors open? What keeps you coming back year after year?
That's a good question, and I got to be honest with you. And my wife is still on here listening, and she knows it wholeheartedly. It's been getting harder to keep that motivation and the life force within me to keep doing this especially when we don't feel the love and appreciation back.
Yeah.
And we know how good it is. We know what it can provide people and the safety. I'm not going to say no names, but I just had a girl come here this morning from the Columbia College where the incident was where the girl got stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
She came in here because of that incident, and she's nervous, and her family wants her to have some self-defense. We had a nice workout day, and she's coming back. She wants to keep it real. And now the entire family was here, and they understood the different attributes to the self-defense training. It's not just about the kicking, the punching, but the awareness and the what ifs and using stuff and your benefit and what's a deficit in your area. So stuff like that helps me, and diving into my own training, even if it's outside of the dojo, keeps me wanting to go a little bit longer. But I'm at a stage right now, and I'm pretty sure you guys, if not there, thinking about it. What is something I can do right now that will help me fulfill some sort of my destiny while I'm helping all these other people grow? Mm-hmm. And I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Mm-hmm. I mean,
well,
I wrote this book, but
well,
all right. So
for me,
same question for you.
So I want to answer his question.
Okay.
So to answer your question for that, what we can do to move forward, right? To move us forward, is that if you're always teaching, now twice a year I go down to Myrtle Beach, and I give them more material. I help them out. Shifu comes with me. He does most of the teaching there, but he shows them all that material, right? So they're always learning, and they're always, when we come down, they become students again, and they get re-energized and re-motivated because there's somebody higher than them giving them material so that they realize they're not at the high end of that totem pole. Now, when you become instructors, you're always teaching the same stuff. So you kind of plateau a little bit unless there's more material for you to learn. Fortunately, I have Shifu Raul, I have Zongshi Creighton, so I have instructors that are always teaching me, that are always giving me the next bit of knowledge to keep me higher in that level, so that I always know that no matter how good I get, and no matter what direction I'm going in, which is up, I always have to understand that I'm always still a student. And as long as you remember you're always still a student, you're always going to grow. Now, for me, so I've been training for 39 years. It'll be 39 years in February, right? So I've been training for almost... Yeah, no. So I've been training for 39 years. And, I was watching myself in a video that I made like 8 years ago, right? And I'm like, I was doing like a beginner form, which is when we were starting to develop the white sash and yellow sash and orange sash DVDs that we sell, right? And this was probably like even longer than that, like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. And I watched myself do like one of the beginner forms, and I'm like, oh, wow, that actually looks kind of okay, But I've been training for so long, and I'm looking at my beginner form going, oh, that looks all right, And then I'm starting to watch the other forms, and I'm like, oh, no, this is no good. This has got to get fixed. That's got to get fixed. This has got to get fixed. That's got to get fixed, And you watch yourself.
Yeah, I hate watching myself.
And you watch yourself grow, and you're so critical about it. But for you and for me, if we can watch ourselves and say, you know what, I'm still a student. Look how bad this looks. I need to perfect this. And you go back and you keep working that form. You can work one form for 30 years and not be bored if you know what to look for, if you know how to grow yourself and be motivated and want that special feeling, that special growth,
Well, for me, because I'm the youngin in this pool right here. For me, what keeps me coming back is what both of you guys have said, because there's no way to go but up. And I watch myself and things like that. But for me, it is the young Thundercats coming up that I'm teaching. You know what I'm saying? So like Sigo said, those Friday nights put stuff into perspective. You know what I mean? Because we got students that are hungry. And we got students that are coming up with self-defense and fighting and stuff like that. So they're only going to learn the love and the ferocity of the techniques from us. So if I lose that, you know what I mean? Not only, I'm not gonna be able to impart that to them, but you might have some Thundercat coming up behind you and just like,
Ooh.
oh, I want to work with you tonight, Sifu.
I want a piece of seafood.
I want a piece of seafood tonight, and then I walk out of there with my feelings hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my goal is
not to get your feelings hurt.
Not to get my feelings hurt, but to hurt some feelings.
And that's motivation.
That's
enough.
Motivation for me.
That's motivation
to keep
enough.
my stuff sharp, to keep coming back, to keep my gut from spilling over my sash. Able to reach down and touch my toes.
Yeah.
And be able to throw them kicks.
Want to be able to see what the sash looks like. If you look down, you want to be able to.
Yeah, I want to see what color
right?
color the sash is. Not try to remember what color the sash is. You know what I mean? And to also improve myself by learning from my brother here. And I have access to Sifu Ortiz, Zongsher Creighton. I have access to you. I have access to all these people, to all these different spices and stuff like that from the spice rack that I can still pull from. That for me, I was just like, I should never ever be bored.
Nope.
I got you guys to learn from, and I got the young Thundercats to learn from, because when I'm whooping on them, I get that technique. Oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. You know what I mean? So sometimes you come in and you don't want to do nothing, and then that student that sparks something, you show them a technique and they get it right off the bat, and you're like, oh wow, they did. That person, and then that gives you motivation.
Right? Or you have a student call you up that hasn't talked to you in 10 years. And out of the blue, you get a phone call when you're completely at despair and you don't want to do class today, or you don't want to do class for a week because you're just done, because people are not respecting you, or you don't feel the love. And you get some person out of the blue, the divine drops them right in your lap, and they call you up and they go, hey, I just wanted to say hello and say thank you so much.
I missed you.
Everything that you've taught me, because you know what? It's helped me out in my life. And you go, wow, somebody actually fucking listened. Somebody was actually paying attention, and it just warms your heart back up again, So they're out there. I know it's very difficult for all those martial artists out there. And I'm including you guys out there too in martial art land. People. There are people that are listening to you. There are people that care about you, and don't give up the good fight, and don't water down your system, and don't belittle the systems, and don't teach crap. Teach good stuff, because if the lake's full of crap, no matter what you put in the water, it's going to smell like crap when it comes out.
Yes.
So teach good martial arts, everybody. That's all.
Truth.
That's all I got to say.
That's all you got to say about that?
That's all I got to say about that. So, Shihan, thank you so much. You're one of the few people that I can call on and say, hey, you want to be on the show? And you go, okay. And you're on the show. And you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. I just got shots. I got injections in my nose.
You're all jacked up today.
So I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, right? We all get on here and we all just start talking with each other and just having a conversation, martial artists in different styles, having a conversation and trying to get ideas from each other and just sharing our thoughts. And that's the most And that's the most important thing. And it's so hard to get all these people out there. Crystal Wasa, Sensei Crystal Wasa, what's going on? Hope everything is well.
How are you, Sensei?
And we got so many people. Ricardo's on there. He's writing a lot of stuff. I'm really just excited. Lots and lots of people.
Sifu Gomez on.
Sifu Gomez, what's going on?
How are you, brother?
So we got so many people out there that are caring, that are sharing, that are part of the coalition. So Shihan, I just want to thank you very much, because like I said, you're one of the few that comes on. I've had people, it's been rough trying to get people on, because it's like they're like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna ask me?
I need to prepare.
I need to prepare myself. You don't need to prepare. You're a Sifu. You're a karate guy. Get on the goddamn.
What they can do for?
What am I gonna do? I'm not Springfield. I'm not. What is that, guys?
Oh, Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. I'm not Jerry Springer. I might be white, but I'm not Jerry Springer.
What do they do if a new kid comes in, a new person comes in? Like, wait a minute, I gotta look at my script. Hold on.
I gotta prep. Hold on. Yeah, no, you gotta just get in there and do it. You got on right
Exactly.
away. Sifu Raul got on right away. We got so many instructors that got on right
We
away.
gotta get
But
Sifu
there's,
Raul again,
but there's
again,
other
man.
instructors that it's just so hard to get on. It's just killing me. It's so difficult, you know? So, in any event, Shihan, I want to thank you very much for being on here, for being a part of the coalition, for being a part of my friendship, you know, for being part of our group, which is really awesome. Just makes me really happy to know that there are other people that are really pushing and really, you know, trying really hard to build, you know, to build the love, man. It's nice. It's nice to see. So
Yes.
I'm trying to say thank you.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And for me, it's nice to see that no matter what style, what dojo, what kwan, we all have the same trials and tribulations with students and running the schools and promoting good martial arts and trying to come up in the industry and all that side. And then other side with your trying to keep up with your own training and try to keep improving. And people don't realize how tough it is.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize because you got to maintain the school and you got to keep up your own training. You know what I mean? And you got to run your own household and keep your wife happy and keep your family members happy. It's you know, it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting.
A lot of people, a lot of our clients and stuff, they'll never know how hard it is to run a school because we're not just the business owner. We're also the teachers, the principals, the janitors. We are everybody. We're the marketers. We are everybody. And what I wanted to say real quick before you guys go is that we're in the same kind of area. We love what we do, and we're all on a mission trying to figure out how to get the real message out to the community, to all the people that don't go into these schools. And I know that you guys would take any advice. If you could get somebody to give you the greatest tip in the world, you'd share it. I know you'd share it with me. You'd share it with your friends. And the same here. I would also share it with you.
We got great tips from you tonight. We got some great tips. We got some great tips from you tonight.
Yeah,
So.
we got some awesome tips.
We got some awesome tips from you tonight.
So I do want to say, speaking of which, my wife just texted me, and she wrote, don't forget to mention Masters Unite 6 for this year.
Masters Unite.
My wife calls, she said,
exactly.
She's got that marketing on the brain,
dude,
man.
she's, you know what, I've given her so much jujus that she's now utilizing it. She's always making sure that I remember to do certain things. So she's on top of that. Go ahead.
And who forgot? I forgot.
But that's all right. That's why you're part of the coalition. You got somebody that has your back.
Isn't that funny though?
That's
I
hilarious.
can't believe it. She's like, "Yep, don't forget to mention." So I'm not gonna forget mentioning it. August what? August what? Dude! I think it's August 1st.
I think so. Yeah, it's August 1st.
Okay, guys. August 1st, Masters Unite 6.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And you're welcome. I think you missed one of the pages in that McDojo book right there. Where is it?
Somebody tore it out.
There you go. So Shihan, again, thank you so much for being a part of our group. I appreciate it.
That is hilarious.
We had a great time. It's already time to go. So
Yes.
we're gonna bid you a good night. And thank you again for everything.
Thank you to Trigger's top fan.
Yes, Trigger's top fan. You get the award.
Yes.
Trigger's top fan. All right, Shihan, thank you so much.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
you,
We'll talk to you
sir.
soon. We're not off yet.
Wait. There we
We're
are.
off. And I've got this big screen, blue screen in front of me. The blue screen of death.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, my goodness. Where are we here? Where is it? Where is it?
What are you looking for?
There it is. Look, I moved it out so I would know where it is. How do you like that?
Nice.
All right, guys. So
Goodness.
another wonderful, wonderful Trigger show. I got to say, I'm super happy. It's great to have people just come on and really give themselves, you know, just be honest and open and be, you know, just be real, you know. Enough of the nonsense, enough of the bogusness, you know, and it's nice to have people like that come on and be truthful and be honest and be open, you know. So guys, thank you so much again for everything, for all the support, for all the subscribes. Please remember,
Yes.
you know, with all the subscribes and everything else that you guys are doing, please remember to definitely subscribe.
We definitely appreciate
push
it.
the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, push that
Hit
too.
that like button. And when you subscribe, hit the bell.
Click the bell.
Click the bell so you get notification when Trigger's happening. You know, and whatever else is coming, because we got a lot of things coming down the pipe. We got new marketing things that we're doing for the school, because we got to push this online thing that's happening. We're gonna be doing online correspondence courses as well.
Yeah, that's starting up really soon.
That's starting up soon. We got to make new content for that, and that's what we're doing.
Don't forget
and
that
we're doing the free training for the family members. I think also this month you have the $99. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I could do? I could have.
Oh, Sifu Rick just jumped on. Hey, Sifu Rick, tell him how are you, sir?
Hey, Sifu, how you doing? Hope everything is well.
What you missed? You missed the you missed the whole show.
This message is brought to you by Deadpool.
Oh, hey there. Scrolling through your crappy Instagram feed? Well, hold up. This here is not a paid advertisement. As in, you're not getting paid. I'm getting paid a shed load of money. As long as I do not curse, I'm getting Jesus Christ, this is hard. Look, I'm here to promote perhaps one of the best. Shaolin. One of the best kung fu martial arts schools, not only in Rhode Island, not only in New York, but perhaps this planet. Oh, hold on a second. Let me at least hit them with an offer of a lifetime. How does $99 for your first month sound? Call us today on 631-447-7738. Yeah. Just before you call us up and ask if we teach that crappy Mac Dojo, no. Good God, no. We specialize in martial arts, not freaking hamburgers.
I love that. So on that note, folks, I do want to thank everybody for doing.
Happy New Year to Sifu Rick. How are you, sir?
Yeah. Happy New Year. Hopefully you're gonna have a really good New Year with all the Chinese, the lion dancing, and everything else. We're already booked up.
Oh my God.
20 shows. We got 20 shows.
We loaded up, man.
Yeah, 20 shows.
We loaded up.
It's gonna be a lot, but yeah. So I think we're good.
Yes.
I think we're good. But I want to thank you. Thank all those trigger people out there, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of. I'm gonna do the ShamWow. But guys, thank you so much for being a part. Thank you for being a part of our show. Thank you for being a part of everything that we do. Part of the coalition. It means the world, guys. So just keep pushing, keep sharing, and let's try to get these numbers up so that we can really make a difference. You know?
Yep.
Yep.
Get it out there.
Yep. All right, guys. Hold on one second. Where are we? We should just do this. That's nice. I was like, why is it still snowing in the background? So, guys, just remember, train real, get real, talk real, get real, and
shout it out!
Woo, hopefully it works. Go cross those fingers.
Talk to me.